Hi, I'm Candace Boothby, and I'm President and CEO of the Noonan-Coweta Chamber. It's been my privilege and honor this past year to serve as your chair for GACCE. Unfortunately, I couldn't be at this year's annual conference, so I wanted to film this little video message just to let you know how much I appreciate each and every one of you and what a great year we've had as a state association. We've worked hard and we've had a lot of fun, and you can take great pride in knowing that your state association has never been better positioned. We had a great year financially, posting the largest net profit in recent history. I have so many people I want to thank, so bear with me. I want to start with our board. We had a terrific board, and we couldn't do what we do without outstanding leaders that represent the 12 regions across the state. A great executive committee helped achieve the results you're going to hear about in just a moment. Dinah Rowe, who is our chair-elect from Chatsworth Murray, Yolanda Buford, who is our first vice chair from Clayton County, Georgia, Daniel Jackson from Carroll County, who is our second vice chair, and of course our beloved Callie Boatwright, who is our immediate past chair from Douglas County. What a great team, and what a privilege to work with such an amazing group of leaders. I do want to say thank you to our vice chairs that led our 3 divisions, Tommy Jennings from Barrow County, John Riddle from Wayne County, and of course, Ralph Staffens from Thompson-McDuffie County. We couldn't do what we do without our terrific executive director. Tiffany, thank you so much. You keep us in line. You manage the details unbelievably well, and you help just make us the great association we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Of course, you, our members, every one of you that are sitting in the audience, are what we're all about. We're here as a professional development association to help you grow and be better at what you do and give you the skills and the resources you need to better serve your community. I'd like to thank our associate members as well. That group has grown significantly over the last couple of years, especially thanks to our director, Tiffany. We have a team of 39 associate members. There are 2 of you who are especially important to me, and I want to say thank you to the Purchasing Alliance team, Jeff, Shan, and David, for all that you've done to support the association, as well as me and my chamber, and how much you do and what a big part you are of our group. I'd also like to thank my dear friend Linda Mosley with Great Southern Publishing. She's done so much for the association with our communications efforts over the years, and I'd just like to say thank you. 2 fantastic associate members that have been very supportive of me over my journey with the association. Thanks again to all of our event sponsors. Every year, every event, you step up to the plate and you make what we do even better. We have a lot of partners that we work with across the state: the Georgia Chamber, GEDA, the Department of Community Affairs, the Georgia Department of Economic Development, and of course the Georgia Cities Foundation. Thank you for being so supportive of this organization and being a part of what we do. Our past chairs have set a legacy that we've built on for many years, and I think that we are so blessed to have the past chairs that we do. I'd like to say especially thank you to Pam Carnes with Cherokee, because she's the one that called me almost 10 years ago to ask if I would serve on the board. Thank you, Pam, for giving me this opportunity. And of course, I'd like to thank my Noonan-Coweta Chamber staff and my board leaders. They've been so supportive, and they've always had my back, and I'm very appreciative for that. Let me tell you about some of our accomplishments this year. We began the year by updating our mission statement to bring greater clarity to what we're all about. One of my goals was to tighten up operationally and create some efficiencies. I'm very appreciative to Yolanda Buford for chairing our bylaws committee and giving us a more efficient governance structure. We created an open policy to allow for association members for chambers who are not in Georgia from out of state to belong to GACCE. And of course, I'm very grateful to the executive committee for agreeing to host a mid-year retreat, which gave us an opportunity to assess where we were and make some adjustments as we continued down the path to complete our year. We strengthened the branding of several of our programs. If you've noticed, we've rebranded by renaming several of our conferences, so it's easier to know what audience is being served. We also created some new value-added programs. We started a communications council, and that joins our existing membership council. We also created new chamber orientation for new chamber execs and new staff members. And we introduced our regional road shows. Thank you to those execs in Cartersville, Forsyth, and Tifton who hosted these, and we had over 90 chamber members participate. We recognized even more members than we have ever before. We were thrilled to award 37 scholarships to GACCE members this year. Congratulations to each of you, and thanks to those of you that helped award those scholarships. We also recognized 7 new Georgia Certified Chambers, and we will be naming 8 new Georgia Certified Chamber Executives at this annual conference. We enhanced many of our existing benefits. As you've noticed with your monthly newsletter, we had several new sections this year with our regional spotlight. We added in our ACCE body of knowledge, which is a terrific resource, and we started our book club. We also conducted our wage and benefit salary survey, and I do hope that that brings you value and you're using it. We added more samples to our member login, and we held, of course, our very successful conferences. So we've had a great year, and as I said in the beginning, you can be very proud where your association is. Well, in closing, let me just say once again how much I appreciate the trust and faith that you've put in me to serve as your chair this past year. When I complete next year, the year that we're now in as immediate past chair, I will have served 10 consecutive years on this board. It's been a terrific journey and an amazing growth experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I appreciate all of the board members that in the past that I've served with, as well as the current ones, for carving out a place for me and accepting my sometimes quirky style that requires creative outlets and the ability to think beyond the box and try new things. You've been very patient with me, and you've allowed me the ability to express myself, and I'm very grateful for that. Some of my favorite memories during this past year as I've represented this association and our industry across the state, I have to share. I've had some great memories. I participated in the Georgia Bus Cities Tour a year ago, and it was absolutely fantastic, and they do an amazing job, and it gave me some great appreciation for those communities that we attended and that we learned about. I can't say enough about the Red Carpet Tour and the amazing job that our Georgia Chamber does. Chris Clark, if you are in the audience, you have just absolutely just excelled with what you've accomplished and the things and the value that you've brought to the Georgia Chamber and subsequently to our local chambers. Thank you for your partnership. And I will tell you that being a part of that Red Carpet Tour and representing GACCE truly was probably the highlight of my year. And I wanted to give a shout out to Chris Hardy from Albany. Many of you know that Chris and I went through the Certified Chamber Executive process with the U.S. Chamber during my tenure. And it was an amazing experience, and it was a delight to be in Oklahoma City with you and accept our designations together. And Chris and I are looking forward to mentoring other execs across Georgia, and my goal is that we will have 2 to 3 chamber execs every year that will go through that process with us, and that we can help you achieve the same designation that we did. Some of the things I'm most proud of over the last couple of years that our group has worked on, we have programs that come and go, and we've had a communications award program, and many years ago we did Chamber Trends, if you'll remember that. But I am thrilled to know that during the last 9 years that our attendance at all of our annual events has almost doubled. We've grown from like 25 to 27% to almost 45 to 50% at all of our annual meetings. We've become more data-driven as an organization, which I think is hugely important in helping drive progress. I've enjoyed working with Mike Gaiman and Myrna Ballard, and we, the three of us, had such a fun time putting together the Georgia Certified Chamber program. It was a wonderful experience, and I know that program has brought great value to each of you in your chamber as well as to our state association. Thank you, Myrna, for your leadership with that. I truly look at Myrna as the first lady of Georgia Chambers, and I don't think there's a finer executive out there than Ms. Myrna Ballard, and I want to say thank you. I've enjoyed working with you as well. We currently have an 85% market penetration in Georgia with our chambers across the state, and of course we'll continue to keep growing our market share. We'd love to have 100% of our chambers join GACCE. And one of the things I'm most proud of is that we've helped eliminate the mystique and mystery of board or committee service with our association. We've become more transparent, more inclusive, and more open to all of our members. And how do I know that? It's reflected in our surveys. In 2008, our membership rating was 35% when asked the question, how easy is it to get involved in the association? In the most recent survey we conducted just a few weeks ago, the rating was 84%. So we have grown a rating of almost 50% in how the members perceive getting involved, how easy it is to get involved in our association. I think that's absolutely fantastic. As I shared in the beginning, your association has never been better. We're more focused, more deliberate, and more strategic than ever before. We have more variety in our programming and a quicker response to communicate with our members and meet their needs. In the words of my good friend Daniel Jackson, it sure is fun being part of a team with a maturing organization. You're in great hands with the 2014-2015 leadership team. As we move forward, let's not forget the legendary words of Myrna Ballard. It's all about us. And it is. I encourage you to be selfish in your pursuit of professional growth and make GACCE work for you. My good friend Mike Gaiman always says, let's create some magic. And I encourage you to do just that. Let's create magic in GACCE, and let's create magic in our communities and our own chambers. Good luck, and thanks again for this amazing experience. I hope you enjoy the rest of your conference and that you have a safe trip home. I look forward to seeing everyone in Macon November 6th and 7th at our Volunteer Leadership Conference. Again, thanks so much and have a wonderful conference.